from the New England Motorcycle Museum, and I'm proud to be representing the cleanest 1986 GS550ES I've seen in decades. This bike's 31 years old and it's in beautiful condition. Only has 5,000 original miles on it. We have our title in hand, and we've just gone through the bike completely. It's been completely tuned and serviced. We put about $3,000 worth of work into the bike, over 20 hours labor and parts. Paint's all original on it, seat's original, exhaust is original. The bike's pretty much all original. It does have new handlebar grips on it, and it's got a brand new set of mirrors on it, and a brand new battery in it, and all fresh oils. The tires are Bridgestone front and rear tires that were replaced recently with very low miles on them, and the bike is beautiful performing machine. If you can't afford an 86 GSXR 750 and you want a classic GS Suzuki, this would be the next best thing. It handles like a dream, 6-speed transmission, full floater rear suspension, triple disc brakes. It rides like and runs like a brand new motorcycle. It really does. Electric start. It's 100% stock, and it's a classic. It's 31 years old, going up in value every day. Like I said, we just put quite a bit of work into it to get this thing to perform the way it does. Everything works beautifully. Lights, turn signals, brakes, everything's been gone through on this bike. Let me fire it up for you. I'll give you a quick demo of it, then I'll bring it inside and explain exactly what we've done to the bike, and show you the paperwork and title and everything to it. So it's on the center stand right now, which is nice for cleaning the front and rear tires. Real nice seating position. I'm 6'2", and the bars just seem to fall in a really nice spot for all-day riding. This is the kind of bike I would ride this bike cross country tomorrow. It's that smooth, no vibration, it's fast, 80 miles an hour all day long, and everything works beautifully on it. So let me give it a quick second to warm up here and take it for a rip. Really fast, smooth, fun, and affordable. Isn't that what motorcycling is all about? Fun. This is a rock solid investment. If you see what the GSXR 750s and 1100s are, we just sold one for $18,000, an 86 GSXR 750, the big brother of this, a limited edition. These are going to go up next. These are next, and they are going up in value. And to find one like this that's perfectly tuned and ready to roll, you just don't see these come up for sale very often. And it's been gone through by the pros at the New England Motorcycle Museum, so rest assured this thing runs beautifully. Let me bring it in and I'll go over the work order with you. Kirker headers put on them, or Mac headers. To find one with the stock pipes is awesome, and it has a real nice growl to it. Listen to the exhaust note. Truth is, quite often when people put a Kirker on a bike and it's not jetted properly, you actually lose power. Sounds like you're going faster, but you're not. This thing runs so fast and so smooth, shifts like butter. Suspension's great, seat's comfortable. I don't have enough good to say about it, you know. Took this thing for a rip, and I'll tell you, I didn't have my glasses on or helmet, and I got it into 6th gear, and you tuck up under the fairing, and boy, it saves your ass. The wind goes right over you. So on a cold day, or if you ever God forbid, you got caught in the rain or anything, that'd be the way to go. Center stand's great, again, for servicing the bike, cleaning it, adjusting the chain. or whatever else you might be doing to it. Let me grab the work order and I'll explain exactly what we did to it so far. Here's the title to the bike. This was purchased brand new. This is, in addition to being a 5,000 mile motorcycle, this is a one owner bike. And that's something that you don't see too often, where a guy keeps a bike for 31 years and keeps it in this kind of pristine condition. I mean, look at the paint job on this thing, the red, white, and black. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's all original. It hasn't been touched up at all. Even the decals on the side look like the day they came out of the dealership. Here's the title. You can see he purchased it brand new in July of 1987 from New England Cycles. I worked at New England Cycles in 1987. I worked at New England Cycles from 1984 to 1988. Last year at high school, and a few years after that. So there's a pretty safe bet that I was the guy who set this motorcycle up 31 years ago. I worked at the shop, so I know these bikes inside and out. I rode these bikes brand new, and I'm here to tell you, this thing runs exactly the way it did brand new. I have the original owner's manual, which is another rare thing to get. So you have the full provenance of this motorcycle, knowing it came from a motorcycle shop that I worked at, was sold to Adriano Maluzzo in New Britain, which was the next town over. The bike never really went too far. He didn't ride it that much, and he kept it in his heated basement. So here's the owner's manual. You can see the owner's manual looks to be brand new. No grease marks inside of it. This is a dealer maintained bike, and he did the cosmetic maintenance on it. So in addition to the title, owner's manual, and everything else, I've got the complete work order on the motorcycle. The first thing we did when we got the bike in is did the cylinder compression test. Turned out 150 PSI in all 4 cylinders, which is exactly what it's supposed to have, brand new. We had the plugs out to do the compression test. It didn't need it, but we put 4 brand new NGK D9EA spark plugs in it. We drained all the old fuel out of the tank, removed the complete fuel system. We removed the carburetors from the bike, the air box, and the gas tank, and all the fuel lines. And we completely cleaned the gas tank out, and the carburetors were completely dismantled and put in our ultrasonic carb cleaning tank. If you look at these carburetors, you can see that they've just been cleaned and serviced. And we did a complete cleaning and adjusting of the carburetors. We replaced the float valves and all the gaskets. We serviced the throttle cable housing and the pipe and looped the cable. Reinstalled the air box and air filters after they're cleaned, and the carburetors. And with the bike running, did a carb synchronization, which is kind of a lost art. Most shops don't even know how to do that anymore. They don't work on fuel injected bikes. We work on primarily vintage bikes like this. So we did the carb synchronization. We adjusted the idle speed and went through the entire process of tuning this thing to perfection. That's why it runs like brand new, probably better than it did new. We checked the charging system output with it running, installed a brand new battery in it, cleaned all the electrical connections. We repaired the fuel gauge wire, checked the tire pressures, and these tires are Bridgestones, as you can see. They still have the hairy nubs on the side of them. These are the Battle Axe BT45Rs. These tires have less than 100 miles on them. They're in brand new condition, and they're nice and sticky. The bike handles amazing. So you have Bridgestone Battle Axe tires, front and rear. Checked over the whole bike, installed the new mirrors, and new bar ends, and new grips. And also the whole brake system was completely serviced on this motorcycle. The master cylinder cap was removed. All the fluids were drained. The calipers were removed from the motorcycle. All three calipers were removed, and they were dismantled, and the pistons were cleaned and lubricated, and everything was put back together. The brake pads are like new. So the bike was completely serviced. The chain, I believe this is, take a look at this chain cane. I believe this is the original chain on the motorcycle, and it's in like brand new condition, indicating how well this motorcycle was maintained. And the exhaust pipes are in great shape. I don't see any dents anywhere on the exhaust. The fairing lowers are in great condition. I don't see any cracks. No, there are a couple of beauty marks. I mean, this is a 31-year-old motorcycle. It's not brand new. It looks brand new from 10 feet away, but if you get up close, there's a couple of little nicks. There's a nick right here. There's a nick right here, and there's a nick right here. We could have touched these up, and you never would have noticed, but I wanted to leave this alone, the way it came to us. There is a slight little mark on the tank here that the previous owner had professionally touched up, so to keep it from rusting. There is a slight crack in the side cover right here, which is pretty normal for this type of bike. And then there's a slight crack in the rear here. Again, this is something we could have super glued it and you never would have noticed it, but we wanted to leave it alone, not to try to hide anything on this motorcycle. It's a beautiful bike. This side, there's one little tiny nick in the white. And if you want these things touched up, we'll touch them up for free. We'll touch up the paint for you. We just didn't want to change the originality of the motorcycle. You know, this bike to have an original 86 with 5,000 miles, original owner, that's this nice. We didn't want to mess with it. So if you want those items touched up, we'll touch them up for free when you purchase the motorcycle. If you want to store the bike here at the museum, you're welcome to leave it here as long as you like. If you decide you want to ship it, we can ship this anywhere in the country for $500 or less through 1-888 Haul Bikes. So a portion of the proceeds from the sale of this motorcycle, this beautiful GS550, are going to fund the New England Motorcycle Museum. So rest assured, you're buying a piece of moto history and you're also helping preserve motorcycle culture through purchasing this bike. So I'm going to roll it into the showroom, put it on display for everybody to drool on. I hate to see it go. I have a long history with this bike. Like I said, it's 95% chance that I set this bike up. I was the setup tech at New England Cycles in 1986 and 87, so I probably did the original test drive on it. So I know the whole history. I know the shop it came from. It's a beautiful bike. Good luck finding a nicer one. I don't think a nicer one exists out there. I haven't seen one in a long time, so I'm sure it will go to a good home. Someone will enjoy it as much as I have while it's been here. But definitely a beautiful bike. So good luck bidding on this bike. God bless America.